What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ryu9535, and I'm here with a first place Dragonlink deck profile. I took first place at GMG. It went really smoothly. This deck is pretty much ready to go for post October Banlist, so it is pretty much golden. It's got a really good matchup against like the whole meta. It can shove a lot of hand traps in here, which is really nice, and it's honestly pretty consistent. The best part about Dragonlink, I find, is that your full combo isn't like crazy strong. It's not like a Drytron 5 negates plus Appaloosa end board, but it is like, you know, strong enough to end games on its own. But also, it's got some big bodies on board. So even if they are able to play through a few of your negates, they're sometimes not able to get over all of your monsters, which is nice and leaves you with some follow-up. And also, I find that, like, even if they interrupt, like, a couple of your interruptions, you're still able to end on, like, Seal, plus maybe, like, a Tidying, or, like, sometimes you're able to end on, like, maybe, like a Chaos Ruler that's milled into, like, an Effect Veiler, or maybe a Nibiru or something, right? So, I do think that you are able to like, tailor your plays based on what your opponent is kind of going off with. But I'll just get right into the deck list. We'll make this pretty quick. Rocket Tracer 3. This card's insane. This card's so good. There's like a lot of tricky plays. This really brings like the good Dragonlink players away from the bad ones, the ones that are able to use this the effect to like the biggest benefit for your game. But a really solid card. Probably like the best Rocket by far, but this card's pretty good too. I can't believe this doesn't have a super rare printing. Rocket Synchron, you normally get the dragon from the graveyard. Very nice. I think this is the proper ratio with the third recharger. I do play 42 cards in my deck, so it kind of lets you see this card a little bit less, which is nice. But even if you draw it, it's not like the worst card to draw. It's pretty bad actually. It's probably like one of the worst cards to draw. But yeah, like, you don't mind if you draw the Synchrons and the Tracers, but the Recharger probably the worst one to draw. So you want to just play one of this. Don't want to play two though, because you can still play even if you draw it. So those are the Rocket monsters, but then you also play 3 Quick Launch, the best card, E-Telly to 2 Who. I've been playing E-Telly at 3 for a while, so this card is bananas. Obviously, it's not once per turn, which is ridiculous. I do play 2 Absorber because I am playing a thicker Rocket package. If I were playing these 2 cards less and I was just playing like the 7 card engine, I'd probably cut this to 1. But I do play it as 2 because it is kind of a follow-up sometimes, which is nice. But also, I find that if you pitch this off Chaos Space, you're like pretty much gonna win the game. Like, it's pretty crazy. This is way better than Nocto, which I do play. I do play 1 Nocto. Nocto's still a great card. I was playing 2 Nocto and 1 Absorber for a while, but honestly, the move is definitely 2 Absorber. This card is really bananas. But Nocto's still great too. It lets you chain block for your ROM and your Rocket, or the Striker Dragon, which is great. And then obviously you play 1 Boot Sector because you have to. It's a great card. And then Dragon Ravine. This card is pretty great too. Boot Sector you don't want to draw really ever, but Dragon Ravine, if you draw it, it's not the worst. It's not bad at all, which is nice. And the bricks in this deck aren't like too bricky, you know. So yeah, those are like basically the minus this is basically the Rocket engine, and then Dragon Ravine kind of helps with like the Abs Router, kind of in the Rocket engine. Then you have the Chaos engine, so 3 Chaos Space, probably the most busted card in the entire deck. This and Quick Launch are like the reason, and Chaos Ruler are like the reason this deck's like good. But Chaos Space is crazy, lets you go into these guys right here, black and white. If you Chaos Space into this, you're again in a really great position because it just lets you chain block like crazy, and you just plus off this. Like, you'll have like 8 cards in your hand if you use Chaos Space. It's pretty crazy. And then Star Liege Seyfert, obviously the best normal summon in the deck. You normal summon this card, you get the one of these guys plus possible Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, which is nice. Great card. Chaos Dragon Legionnaire. Obviously, this card's great. Spin cards from your opponent's hand to the top of the deck, or to the back to the deck. It also lets you pop cards. Just such a versatile card. And you play it turn 1. You can play it like turn 2 as well. The pop cards, this card's just so versatile. The Spice. This is a card I would cut. if I didn't love it so much, and that is Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon. This card is bananas. So you activate it in the Pendulum Zone, you pay 1,000 pop, and then you get to add any banished card from your, any banished dragon from banished pile to hand. So you can add like your Striker Dragons that you banish. You can add the, any card banished off Chaos Dragon Legionnaire. You can add Chaos Ruler back to your deck. You can put Starleash Safeforts back into your hand and then pitch to bring this or Legionnaire back to your hand. So versatile. And it also has a pretty crazy effect where if you want, you can pay half your life points, send all cards on your field to the grave to send your opponent's cards to the field of the grave, and then you deal 300. So that does come up because it does let you finish off games. But this is definitely cuttable, but it's so much fun and such a cool card to play that it's not bad. And also you can you do get to, like, a lot of time I'll like activate this, pop to add a card, and then I'll just leave it in the pile so that it's another card, or the extra deck, just so that it's another card to follow up with like Chaos Ruler. So then you can get 2 out, and that's an instant seal. And then it also can just come out and 6,000 damage. It's pretty insane. But yeah, this card's really cool. A lot of cool interactions. And then I do play 2 Chamber, 3 Tidying. Now, a lot of people will like cut, you know, this, and they'll just play this. I do think Tidying is like one of the best cards in the entire deck. Also, in the grind game, you will go through 3 of these, and it's really not bad to draw Tidying. Like, it really is great. Sometimes it's great to draw Tidying because you'll literally go Chamber, add a second Tidying, pitch Tidying off of Dragon Ravine, and then Dragon Ravine's like an extender and also an ad with like Abyss Router and stuff like that. Like, it's just like it does come up. Like, I went through all 3 of these multiple times tonight, so very good card. And that's basically the whole Dragon engine. Pretty standard. Chaos Emperor's like pretty unique card, but hand trap lineup: Ash Blossoms ×3, Effect Failure ×3. This one's a little bit unique, but I don't play Boral Sword. I played the Selene combo instead into access code. And so I like to make sure that I have one of these in the deck at all time for Crystron Halka Fibrax. Or if it is in the grave, like it's kind of rough. So I do like to play 3 of this. It's an easy side out game 2, or especially if you're going first. But this card is still nice. I like Effect Failure. And it also plays around chain blocking. Like if they go Lost World, Normal Summon OV, this card stops it, which is really nice. And then of course it's also a light. And then 3 Gamma and Driver. These were Nibiru's. These were in the side deck and Nibiru's were in the main, and I swapped them and made the deck 42 instead of 41. Ah, man, it's so good. It's so good with like Chaos Space and Quick Launch, and like this card's just so good in theory. But I've drawn Driver way too much. I hate this card so much. I swear to God, I play 3 Driver, 1 Gamma. It's ridiculous. So those are like the hand traps. I play 9 hand traps. That is 39 cards there. And then I play 3 Droplet. This card is broken. This card is so good. You can basically break entire boards with this card. Especially because like you would activate like Chaos Space or Quick Launch. And it just doesn't even become a minus at that point, which is so nice. Like you could go like I know one of the games I went Chaos Space, Quick Launch, and then activated Droplets, sent both the cards, so it was basically like guaranteed to go off. It was ridiculous. This card is so awesome. Another thing that I am thinking of is cutting the Gammas and putting in triple tactic talents, but I do not have triple tactic talents at the moment, so I'm waiting for the 10, so that could be a possibility. Cut it to 41 cards. That is the main deck. Extra deck, pretty standard. We'll go through it quick. Striker, Pisty. Pisty's basically a second striker. Like, you very rarely go into this card. You'll go into this card more if you play the Black Metal Dragon, Red Eyes, Darkness Metal package, but I do not, so you go in this card very rarely. But you do still need it. Romulus. Romulus is crazy. You go through this card a lot. 2 Seal, you don't need 3. Whoever says you need 3, you don't. You will go through 2, and then you can also put them back with, like, well, I do play the Chaos Emperor, so, like, I can put back Seal, but, like, honestly, you never go through 3. 1 Quad Boral. I made this card less than I thought. I thought I was going to make this card, like, all the time, but I didn't really make it. I don't really like the minus off of the discard. IP, Unicorn, obviously. I do play Hulk, Selene, Access Code. These are the ways I kill. In Drytron, you need to play Boral Sword, because access code plus a 2000 body is never enough to kill. but you play 3,000 bodies. You play Chaos, Legionnaire, Emperor, and Ruler, all 3k bodies. So that's 53 plus 3,000 is 83. So you do not need to play Boral Sword in this deck. It is also a dark, so you're guaranteed to make it. Halk Selene, obviously, like crazy, lets you go into it very quickly. Also, you do have, what, 1, 2, 3, or 3. Yeah, there's 3 different attributes that you would go through, usually, plus dark, so that's 4. You have 4 different attributes that you go through. Usually that's enough with access code. Sorry, access code's there. And then Apo. I go into this card very rarely. This is kind of cuttable, but it's so good sometimes where you can just like go into it off of IP, and then they basically like scoop because it's good against Drytron and it's good against others. And then the holy trinity of the synchros, Boral Load, Chaos Ruler, Hot Red. These cards are awesome. You can use them all the time. This card is literally like the best card ever. It's literally so good. This card's like absolutely busted. I can't express how many times it would be like the safe play to go into Boral Load, and I'm just like, fuck it, let's go into Chaos Ruler. You know what I mean? So good. So good. Tokens. Droll and Lockbird is the first hand trap, 3 Nibiru, second hand trap, 3 Lightning Storm. This card was actually not that good. Lightning Storm is like, okay. I would rather these be triple tactic talents, for sure. I think triple tactic talents would be better than this. 2, Twin Twister. Yeah, Twin Twister was great. I probably put in a third one for make sure Shadal doesn't go off. Lightning Storm, I would cut this. Red Reboot, so good. Literally guarantees you games, wins you games. If you play this against an aggro deck, you just win. And then the best card in the side deck is 3 Rivalry Warlords. Do not main this, just side deck it. It's okay during the main, but it's just like terrible against some matchups and decent against others. Just play like consistency cards in the first duel to guarantee that you can like win that first game if possible. That's why I play 12 going second cards. And then Rivalry is crazy going first. So you just set a couple going second cards in a Rivalry, and sometimes you can literally just go seal, drop Rivalry, and you win. So that is the deck, guys. Let me know, comment below, smash that like button. I appreciate it. Let me know if you guys want any other deck profiles. Let me know if there's any cool decks you want me to play. I'm looking to pick up always some new high quality decks to learn. So yeah, thank you guys. Ryu9535, I'm out. Peace.